today. From Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Kaepernick now on 1st down. And Jones has it over the middle. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
It's a gain of 10.
Oh, you Kareem Hunt. We know you've got the power. We know you've got the speed. Now how about that? Show us a little bit of that wiggle in there. How about that one, partner?
Can you imagine trying to tackle that? Yeah, I'll stay up here with you. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Hunt. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
He's brought down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete.
Kaepernick.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Kaepernick looking to throw, 3rd and 2. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. That catch, that puts him 1 away from 1,400, folks. He's now 1,399. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Intended for Larry.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll run it here with Hunt. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now.
He was brought
back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Ball carrier.
For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week, 20 carries, 75 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down?
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Jameis Winston sacked.
Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves at every position, because anyone can go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And some room to run now. And he's got this down to the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Jameis to throw it. Screenplay, Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Gets this one to Hill. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And 5 yards on the catch there brings up 2nd down.
5 brings up 2nd and
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Duke Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. And each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
at their own 19-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Jeffrey Simmons on the stop. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Now Kaepernick throwing on second down. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal. Second and goal from inside the 5. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And he completes it to Hunt. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. From the gun on third down, Kaepernick to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Julio Jones.
I like what they tried to do there, tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And we focus on Duke Johnson now. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Jamie Collins in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. On third down, Winston. He'll look underneath and dump it off to Duke Johnson. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A big play there for the Panthers. 45 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Demarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one. But it's going to be 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand? And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. DeAndre Hopkins hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston, and it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. To throw, Winston.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And he's going to keep it here. And Winston lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Kaepernick. Throw left side complete. It's Jones. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And a Panther first down.
Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Hill, the intended receiver once again, and it's 3rd down.
He was covered.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Cook, a first down and more, and he finds Cook. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs have tied it, and they can take the lead with the extra point. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
19 yards. First down, Panthers.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On play action, it's Kaepernick. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And this will set them up nicely deep down at KC territory. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Will be caught just inside the 10. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Gold is good. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. Now, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
At their own 27-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Final play of the half here, Winston. That one complete to Hill. Past the 20, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So instead of trailing into the lockers, they grab the lead with the clock reading all zeros before intermission.
I would love to go into the locker room with them because right now they're riding a nice wave, aren't they? They're feeling good about themselves. But I know the coach is going to be talking to them about calming down, taking it easy. We've got a whole second half, but use the way we finished the first one to start the second.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get...
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Robbie Gould set to kick off.
Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They go to Johnson again. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Tackled back at the 30-yard line.
Winston from the gun on third down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Jamie Collins, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Here's Ginn. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. Play action. Now Kaepernick. He'll buy some time right. Going deep for Hopkins. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's second down. Going deep for Hopkins. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl quarterback Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Jamie Collins in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Jamie Collins in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Now it's Ginn. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, mate. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 12. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
The 18-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Jamie Collins with sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. Third and long for Winston. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Jamie Collins in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it.
The 39-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Kaepernick. And this is incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing in the coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Trying to disrupt Julio Jones there, the intended target. A little too close, got the flag thrown.
I'm not sure anyone can cover Julio Jones one-on-one for very long without getting their share of pass interference calls. His size, his speed, his physicality makes it almost impossible.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg Olsen. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
Winston now to throw on first down. Open man here, Sims complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it a second down.
6-yard pickup.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
At the 22-yard line.
From the gun, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jamie Collins in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record. We're back now in KC. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here are the Panthers set to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a play fake. Kaepernick. Going deep for Hopkins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl quarterback Denzel Ward. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Jamie Collins coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Jameis to throw it. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Winston. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jamie Collins coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. That'll be complete to Cook. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
A gain of 9.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Winston. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Going. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. DeAndre Hopkins. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
Robbie Gould lining up for the...
I know this defense knew it coming into the game, Charles, and they know it even more now. DeAndre Hopkins is a tough cover.
And anytime you see him out there and there's less than double or triple teaming him, take a shot with it. Just what you're talking about. If he's such a tough cover, one guy's not going to get it done. Throw the ball out there. Let him go get it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City. Still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. The first down throw for Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Jamie Collins gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Hill, the intended receiver once again, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Here's Winston. Incomplete, right side to Cook. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. Oh, no, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Johnson.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
At the 24-yard line.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And Cook has it left side. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Here's Winston. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jamie Collins in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And Winston lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered.
Jamie Collins.
And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Kaepernick. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Julio Jones. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they've made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing them all sorts of trouble.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Winston. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Jameis again. Gets this one to Hill. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. To the air again with Winston. And he finds Cook. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Carolina, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this, as they're not back in action until week 11. That'll do it for us.